pricey for me. I'm swinging high, I'm swinging low, but my wallet.
We're here in Washington Township, looking at a 9-hole golf course. It's got a lot of opportunity being right next to Pine Valley. Correct, both are government courses up to a certain point. Pine Valley switched over. This course, not that far, 10 minutes, is considered still a government course. Most importantly, it's a township course. It's called the Township and it's in incredible shape. So let's walk through each one of these holes here at the township course.
Then says budget golf, then dogs barking throughout the golf course, and that's the type of golf we're headed to here in New Jersey. And again, just being short distance from some incredible golf, you would think there's a hidden gem here. And I would say that there is. For a price of $22, this golf course, which is only 9 holes, so play it twice, Washington Township Municipal Course. We walked in there without a tee time, of course, and was able to negotiate a deal, playing at a recent rate for $22. The course is listed as a municipal course, and it's public knowledge, at least on NJ.com, that this course is losing money at least up to a certain point in 2015, the last document of that we could find online. Built in the 1960s, but tucked away between apartments complex. You'll find yourself Washington Township's best kept secret, its very own golf course right here. Now, it's somewhat of a second home to past 3 decades to the township. I can see why they're kind of hiding this. There's a lot of great golf within the area with Trump's course and then also Pine Valley. Being in a different township, this course settles within Gloucester County. Course is a par 3 only course, and that 9th hole, I could say maybe it's a par 4, but really it's a par 3, shooting around 200 yards on the dot. It's open from 8 to 8 p.m. There's definitely some people teeing off before 8, but I won't be telling anyone. I got there right before 8, pretty much knocking on the door. They were counting the money. Wasn't sure. It's cash only. Make that very clear, so make sure you have the cash on you before playing it. But the course is good. It definitely was in great shape. The fairways were nice. The greens were puttable. They were definitely fast. The sand bunkers were in good shape as well. I would say this is a fun course if there's not many people playing. If you find yourself backed up on this course, you definitely get a little aggravated. One of the unique parts, you do cross over to the other side for 2 more holes that you're going to see in just a second. But right off the bat, the putting surfaces I thought were great. There's a few that dropped. There's a few that didn't drop. Crossing right over. Watch where you go. There's a little bit of a crosswalk, but it's kind of unclear. And even at that point, you don't know which hole you're going to head to. There's almost a kind of a twilight zone of a hole.
That's where the pain will show. If I ruled the course, let me tell you, friend, we'd all be playing till the daylight ends. Golf ain't free, but if it's up to me, tee times for all.
The pro shop is very accommodating, and it also has a restaurant located there on the right hand side. And we walked right in there and didn't have any problems booking a tee time. But that's because it was soaking wet, and the footage that you're going to see is from the golf course being saturated in about 2 days worth of rain. But nonetheless, it is the actual footage of the course, and no one's paying for that footage. So you're going to be getting some raw footage of what you'll be looking at if you were playing this golf course. And starting off on the first hole can get a little bit sloppy. This footage that we were able to pull does get a little bit wet, and we try to clean that lens as much as we can. But again, it's just going to go through some of the holes here as quickly as it can and tell a story of that golf course, because this one was built in 1966. You can see right there, it's got a little bit of water on the camera, but nonetheless, it doesn't affect anything to do with these fairways that are bent grass and the greens that are bent grass as well. The first hole is pretty welcoming, but most importantly, the course is open year-round, whether even with the rains. You just can't go out there with a cart. You can see that some of the holes do have those bunkers, but because of all the rain, wasn't the best. Putting surfaces were pretty well. I would say that the best part about this golf course was absolutely the greens. Tee boxes could have used a little bit work, but it was in the middle of the winter, so they're saving their tee boxes for the season coming up. But you could see completely saturated water definitely getting some good footage, cutting right through. That's something that you couldn't do if you were driving a golf cart, and with the push cart you're able to do that. Now, believe it or not, the reviews online of this golf course are pretty terrible. 3.3 on Golf Now. Google gives it no more than a 4, I think. Yeah, 4.1. So I mean, for the most part, it's got pretty low reviews. Got Golf Digest isn't even mentioning it here.
Like they're meant to be, no greens fees, no car charges, just pure joy on the fairway arches. Golf ain't free, but man, I wish every round came with a side of bliss.
7, one of the older golf courses that we got out and played. So let's walk through a course in walking distance of Rowan University, and probably a course you clicked on if you're from that school and you're trying to play some golf with some friends. This might be the course for you. There's a lot of young people out there slapping it around and having the best time of their life. Now, we're only going to go through the first 9 holes of this golf course. We're going to give a quick rating at the end, just like all our other videos. But we want to show you the conditions of this course as they are in the winter time, which is a little bit rougher considered the summertime for this golf course. Now, the course originally opened with 9 holes April 1st, 1927. Now, construction was supervised by Scotland and American golf pioneer and architect Alex Fineland. Now, originally the area was a farm. It looks like it got converted. But right now, 8 of the original 9 holes are present on the golf course. That is number 1, the one you just saw, is number 16, 17, 11, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And you're going to see 5, 6, 8, and 9 on the back, and those are pretty impressive. The original par 5, the 7th hole, was redesigned into a par 4 in 1992, and oddly through the state, that is the original estate of the land, those original farmers, is at their request. Now, Pitman, over the last several years since then, its ownership changed deeds multiple times. It was sitting on 109 acres of land, which was purchased by Kinlan in May 1st, 1934. So really, it was quickly after it was built. It was changing ownerships and deeds. It quickly became a social center for the premier families in that area. It looked like you also had private musicians performing there, such as Glenn Miller's band. Now, at the time, this was a prestigious private golf course with caddies, and a lot of the caddies that were interviewed from these articles reading, they were permitted to play on Monday. Newspapers account that the area had competitions at Pitman's golf course that were highly regarded within the South Jersey area. In 1954, the course entered a new era and reopened under new ownership. And the new ownership purchased about 127 acres of land, and it turned it into Pitman Country Club, a corporation. Pitman's Women's Golf Association organized under the same year. 4 years later, Pitman's Men's Golf Association was organized as well. Just so much history here. Over the next 35 years, it became a popular destination. Sam Steed, major golfers in the 1960s played here, which holds the course record. Sam does as well. I'm not going to dive into that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the rates of the golf course while time's still permitting. It's extremely affordable golf course with, it's got discount cards and things like that, but standard public fee is about $35 for prime time in the winter months. So it's going to go up to maybe $50, $60 in those summer months, maybe a little bit higher. There you got the 9-hole fees, which is nice to see. On the weekends, it gets a little bit higher, about